putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. We're talking about signs coming from Hollywood that things are changing. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you some predictions. You're going to see a lot less rancor out of Hollywood based on Donald Trump's performance in 2018 than you did in 2017. Now, that doesn't make me Nostradamus because it's already happened. The Oscars, from what I'm told, I didn't watch it, but I got some preliminary stuff, and they said Jimmy Kimmel was not supposed to talk bad, make it about politics. That's what I was told. You guys can verify if that happened or not. But that's number one. Number two, you're going to hear less about. Now, this is a prediction. I don't know if it's the case. If there's been any vindication or validation of this so far. But you're going to hear a lot less coming out of Hollywood about Donald Trump, against Donald Trump. And here's the next prediction. At some point, you're going to hear more Hollywood people saying positive things about Donald Trump than you have in the past. They're suddenly going to soften. They're not going to come out and say, I support him. They're going to say things like, well, I do support Trump's policy on, and you're going to start hearing that type of thing. You're going to start hearing them talk about the tax benefits and how it's helped the poor and helped the middle class and things like this. It won't be positive for Trump. It'll be positive for Trump's policies. That's going to be that buffer zone for the Holly weirdos. Now, we've been talking about Jennifer Lawrence, who's really pretty much done a mea culpa. She said it was disgusting how Hillary Clinton attacked Trump supporters. She didn't say this during the cycle, during the 2016 election, or 18 election cycle. She said it after the fact. But she said it was disgusting how Hillary Clinton attacked President Trump supporters, and said it's not wise for celebrities to get involved into politics because it hurts their careers, and it certainly has hurt hers. It's like the NFL. Kaepernick, who spoke out on behalf of Black Lives Matter and such, not only has it hurt Kaepernick's personal career, but it has hurt the NFL. And folks, you can make all the parallels or whatever that you want, or you can dismiss them. But there are plenty of evidence that when you're bucking Donald Trump, you find yourself in big trouble. And this is because it is not about Donald Trump. When Target said we're going to make transgender bathrooms the norm, that wasn't about Donald Trump. That was about America. America doesn't care about the transgender community. They don't. What America cares about is letting human beings do what they want and staying out of the business of the politics of humans. I know that sounds weird, but I'm saying when the government wants to get involved into transgender bathrooms, and the bathrooms where places where people just go to use the bathroom, that tells you how intrusive it can become. And then when capitalists take that on, it's not good. Starbucks, who decided it was going to chime in on refugee resettlement and promised to hire illegal refugees coming into this country, Donald Trump, all he had to do was say, look at how stupid they're behaving. And you responded. It wasn't about Trump, folks. It was about America. The Democrats underestimate us all the time. And you know what? You're finally making them pay. The NFL paid. And you know who's paying the most? Colin Kaepernick, a dude who had a $126 million contract over, 7 years or so, now sits in his home waiting to see when the phone's going to ring on some cop shooting of a black guy who the black guy probably deserved it. Colin's got the bat line, the black line, ready to go. And you know what? It ain't going to ring. Sorry, Pavlov. You're not getting a meal. Or Pavlov's dog. You're not getting a meal. So people are starting to recognize it. Starbucks took a tumble. Target took a tumble. The NFL's taking a tumble. Hollywood, despite the numbers, they lost 2.5% over the previous year. They're relying on Black Panther to bail them out this year. Why do you think they got all the hype going over that? It ain't going to do it. Hollywood's numbers will go down again. 2.5% last year. Psst, not a lot, right? Go ask a manufacturer, do you want to lose 2.5% year over year? for the next 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Ask any manufacturer worth its weight. Would that be okay with you? I already know the answer. So Jennifer Lawrence comes out and says the Democrats made this big mistake. Said, you push people to vote for Trump. Let me tell you something. Hillary Clinton didn't push anybody to vote for Trump when she called us deplorable. She pushed people to vote for Trump when she declared she was going to be a candidate for the left. We already know what we were going to get. More of the same. More lies, more duplicitous Democrat progressive politics. That's what we were going to get. She went on to say this, Jennifer Lawrence, 25% of America identifies as liberal, and I need more than 25% of Americans to go see my movies. It's not wise, career speaking, to talk about politics. But she said, when Donald Trump got sworn into office, that effing changed. Really? I'll tell you what changed. What changed is how people started viewing Holly weirdos, and rightfully so. Let me tell you something. Folks listening, if you've got kids that are part of the, look, we've all, been in the thing where I had a poster of Farrah Fawcett in my room. I thought she was a doll. I thought she was one of the most beautiful women in the world. But however you view, your kids can't respect Hollywood or some entertainer more than they respect you. They can't. I can tell you, my sons, if I go, I don't like. I get a good example. I'm not a LeBron James fan. I can't stand him. I can't stand Stephen Curry. Jerseys cut up, burned. They don't want him. It's like if dad doesn't like it, then we don't care. We don't want it. Good for them. I'm not forcing them. So that's what it should be. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this change that Jennifer Lawrence is talking about. Because I've chronicled her movies, and I've done a segment on it in the past. If you guys want to look it up at kjradio.com, I said Jennifer Lawrence is overrated, and they made a big deal about her. But if you take her biggest movies out, the Hunger Games, whatever the number of Hunger Games there have been, she's a B-list actress that practically nobody knows. But she's retiring and not retiring. She's going into hiatus for a little bit because she's going to deal with politics, not as a movie maker. And my suspicion is that it wasn't Jennifer's choice to stop making films. I believe the studio said, you know what, Jennifer, your films just aren't doing that well anymore. So you might want to take a break. And the politics of it is the reason for it. Jimmy Kimmel, host of the Oscars. I said early in the broadcast, I bet you that the Academy or whoever handles the Oscars said, look, Jimmy, you got to lay off Trump stuff. It's crushing us. It's killing our viewership. Here's what I can tell you. I haven't looked. The Oscars did worse this year than it did the year before. All those shows that are dedicated to these Holly weirdos and they're self-indulgent, I want to win an Oscar because I'm black or I'm a woman and we're not well represented. The Guatemalan midgets haven't won enough Oscars. Then all of them are dropping. Because you know what? America's sick of these self-indulgent, very wealthy people who want their trophies and want to have an avenue to come bash us, the people who get out there and slug it out every day to work for a living. Back to Jennifer Lawrence. Her new movies, Red Sparrow, opened in 3,000 theaters on Friday of last week, $1,972 per theater, so she made $6 million. Let's just say she's no Black Panther. $6 million, less than $2,000 a theater, which means that 200 people, the $10 ticket, went to see her movie, 200 people per theater on a Friday for a blockbuster movie star opening. Now, here's the review of it. It says, Jennifer Lawrence, Red Sparrow's spy is no James Bond or Jason Bourne or Jack Bauer or even for the older folks, Emmer Peel. But that's all good. In the new thriller based on Jason Matthews' novel, the actress stars as a Russian rookie secret agent who's more liable to use sex as a weapon, say a switchblade in her stilettos, though the film is still pretty violent. So she's going to use sex as her weapon. It got 2.5 out of 4 stars from somebody else. I mean, from one of these, people that rate movies. And I bet it's not even worth 2.5 stars. But so that's her new thriller. And it opens, and she can't raise more than $2,000. And by the way, opening day is that's huge. So I don't know what it's going to be for the weekend, but $2,000 a theater on opening day. Pretty lame. Now, I don't know what Black Panther did in comparison, but a lot better.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.